Hello and welcome in to my latest podcast. We are feeling all the feels right now. We just had the lunar eclipse on September 17th, and then we have the solar eclipse coming up in early October. So the perfect cosmic sandwich in between the two eclipses, you ask? Yes, it is the fall equinox. That is a huge energetic shift as well. So yes, we are feeling all the feels at this time. And I really wanted to talk about this big shift in this podcast episode. And I particularly have put together 3 energetic shifts that all of us can embrace at the time of this fall equinox. So follow along and let's see if you're feeling it too. Okay, first of all, what is the fall equinox? It is the change of season to fall, and it is the beginning of Libra season. The sun will be at 0 degrees of Libra on September the 22nd. And so this starts the equinox. This is the season of harvest. So 6 months ago in Aries season, we planted our seeds. Physically, we planted seeds into the ground, but also metaphorically, we planted seeds. Perhaps we set intentions. Perhaps we started new things, new relationships, new jobs, new projects, or we even had new mindset shifts back in Aries season. And so now here is our harvest. What have we manifested? What have we grown over the last 6 months? And so this season is the energetic shift to see the harvest. Also, Libra energy is all about the scales. It's the balance. Are we balanced? Are we off balance? The fall equinox is an equal amount of day and night. So it's the metaphor in the heavens and in the skies for us to take within our own hearts as well. Are we also living an equal life? Are we balanced in our relationships, in our job, and what we're doing on a daily basis? Those are the things to check in on at the time of this equinox as well. So let's talk about it. The fall equinox is on Sunday, September 22nd at 5:43 a.m. PST. This is when we enter Libra season. This is all about sweater weather. This is all about the harvest. The weather gets chillier here, and it's time for us to get real about what we have been working on throughout the year. And let's look at what we have manifested and what we have not manifested. And this particular fall equinox is quite interesting. And I wanted to bring up 3 really important points for all of us to look at and hopefully apply within our own lives. So number 1, the first energetic shift that all of us are being invited to embrace. So this 0-degree sun in Libra is conjunct the South Node in Libra. So the South Node has been going through Libra over the last year. It's been on the Aries and the Libra axis. And so always South Node, North Node are opposite one another. The North Node is where all of us are being guided to go toward Aries energy. So over the last year and a half, the North Node has been guiding all of us, whether or not you're following astrology or not. You've been feeling it. You've been feeling to become like an Aries, to be drawn to people that are Aries-like, whether they have an Aries sun or lots of Aries in their chart and you don't even know it. But these type of Aries people are entrepreneurial, they're independent, they're bold, and they speak their truth. This is all Aries energy. We've all been guided by the North Node to be like an Aries, to step into our Aries energy and to start those projects and do the damn thing and make your decision and make up your mind and just do it. So that's very, very high vibe Aries energy that all of us have been guided to do because the North Node has been going through Aries. So at the other side of the road is the South Node, and that has been in Libra. It's always opposite, right? And so all of us have been guided by the cosmos to take an honest look, do the shadow work regarding Libra stuff. Okay, are you in low-level Libra stuff? The cosmos have been guiding us to get out of this energy for the last year and a half. And so we're finishing up the Libra Aries axis, North Node, South Node, lessons, energies. We're finishing that up. And if you go back and watch my lunar eclipse video that I just posted before this video, I talk about that, and I talk about how that was that particular full moon lunar eclipse that we just had on September the 17th was a sneak peek about the Pisces and the Virgo South Node, North Node axis that we'll be experiencing for 18 months coming up. So it's a sneak peek of what that energy will feel like. But the eclipses prior and all the South Node, North Node energy has been in Aries and Libra. And we have all been on this journey to find ourselves versus get out of our codependent relationships. It's that the Aries Libra axis is all about me, we. And so we've all been encouraged to get a little bit more selfish, to get a little bit more self-centered in the most high vibe way that Aries can be. What's a high vibe Aries? A high vibe Aries person is a hero on a hero's journey. That is the highest vibe of the Aries. And so they do their thing. They're independent. They don't need relationships to hold them up. Aries knows what to do, and they do it, and they have the life force to do it. Sure, they might be tired. Sure, they might be in pain. Sure this, sure that. Sure, there's excuses. And Aries doesn't care. And Aries just does the damn thing. And we've all been encouraged to do this from the North Node being in Aries and the eclipses that have been happening on that axis. And so I'm bringing all this up because my first point about the first energetic shift that all of us can really embrace at the time of this fall equinox, and this doesn't always happen, this is what makes this particular fall equinox quite special, is that this 0-degree sun in Libra is conjunct the South Node in Libra. So it's moving out of Libra. The South Node is moving out of Libra soon. So we can still embrace these lessons from the South Node in Libra with the sun going right on it, very, very close, within a few degrees. It's called conjunct. That's a conjunction. That's an astrological term. So it's very, very close to the South Node. The sun is very, very close to the South Node in Libra. And so it's really giving you that energetic hit. It's really giving you that bold nudge to wrap it up. Okay, we've been telling you to get this done. And so let's really embrace it now at the time of this harvest season. Let's take a look at the harvest. Is your harvest aplenty? Is there's nothing in there? Let's take an honest look at the harvest. And so what does this mean? The sun at 0 degrees Libra conjunct the South Node in Libra. Well, the South Node in Libra has been encouraging all of us to smarten up our relationships. So are we stuck in codependence and attachments and relationships that are no longer serving us? Are we? And how many of us have been getting real and honest about our relationships and ending friendships and relationships that we never thought in a million years would end, but just being honest and saying, actually, this is no longer serving me. I'm not here to blame the other person. If we are going to use this South Node in Libra energy in its highest form, we're not going to blame anyone. We're not going to say, oh, it was all their fault, and let me gossip all about them all over the world. And I'm going to start a smear campaign about this person, and that's why we're not talking anymore. If you've been doing that, you've been taking a very low vibe energy from the South Node, and a lot that has been happening a lot. If you just look around in your social circles, that is how a lot of people have been feeling this energy, and they've been losing a lot of friends and losing relationships and blaming the world for it. But if you are actually ready to embrace the higher vibe of that, you are able to see that it is the ending of one relationship so that it can open the door for a new one. It's the ending of one job so that it can open the door for another job. But again, Libra is all about relationships. So we've all had at least one relationship where we've had to get real. So these are the last few months to really acknowledge and embrace this lesson and this energetic shift with the sun right there at the South Node. We're going to be feeling it in these first few weeks of Libra season. to finally say goodbye, to finally close the door to those relationships that are no longer working. So relationships are a huge, 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 huge theme. The other thing about Libra being in the South Node is its balance. Like, are you balanced? Have you been staying balanced? I know balance can be so difficult for so many of us. I mean, I'm a mom of 4. I'm constantly driving kids to basketball and making dinner and you name it, like I'm busy. I'm very busy, but I love my balance. I also have a Libra moon, so I know Libra energy very well. And I know that if I don't stay balanced, it affects everything. It affects my entire life because I have this Libra moon. So for those of you that maybe aren't that familiar with Libra energy because you don't have any planets or luminaries in Libra, okay, well, you've been feeling it in some area. And later on in this video, I will go through an all signs forecast. So we're going to look at where Libra is in your birth chart so that we can really embody this energy. But again, the first point, the first huge energetic shift of the fall equinox is getting real about the relationships that are and are not serving us, because we have been encouraged by the North Node, South Node to let them go. As hard as it's been, some of them have been shocking, that we never thought we would lose those friends, or we would never in a million years think that that conversation would end the friendship, stuff like this. But we've all been encouraged to get real about it and to let it go, because there are new doors, there are new relationships to come in, whether it's friendships, whether it's marriages. We've all been encouraged in these last couple of years to get real. And that's been coming from the South Node in Libra. And this energetic shift is giving us a few more months to just tidy it up, to finish the last few little conversations, or get real and do what you got to do about relationships. Okay, so that's the number one energetic shift from this fall equinox. The second energetic shift from this fall equinox, that is on Sunday, September 22nd. This is when it's hitting direct. Sunday, September 22nd at 5:43 a.m. PST. Let's talk about 0 degrees Libra. So when the sun is at 0 degrees, it's such an important time. So whenever there is a change of a sign, it goes to the 0 degree mark. It's called an anaretic degree in astrology. But one of my favorite astrologers is the late, great Nikola Stoyanovich, and he did the degrees theory. And he said that any planet or luminary at 0 degrees is known as the Virgo degree. Okay, so Virgo in its highest expression. So if you do have planets or luminaries at 0 degrees, this is for all of you that have this in your birth chart to embody this throughout your whole life. But this particular fall equinox, I believe, is encouraging all of us to do it. When you have something at 0 degrees, it's the cosmos encouraging you to have high level Virgo energy. High level Virgo energy, high vibe Virgo energy is sincerely an angel on earth. Sincerely, it's that angelic energy. It's the purest human. And that's why the glyph is the Virgin. So it's purity. And so that's all about like what you consume, what you eat, what you drink. So there's a purity that all of us can look at, and it'll help us balance, right? So do we need to stop with the Doritos? Yes, I do. Stuff like that. Like there's a purity coming in with this 0 degree on Libra. This energetic shift is encouraging all of us to get back to the purity, the innocence that is so Virgo. It's that innocent, angelic, pure energy. And it's also high vibe, and Virgos are the cleanest of the humans. So that's right, cleaning house. So like literally cleaning your house, literally getting the gloves on and scrubbing, literally going through your closet and getting rid of the stuff you just don't wear. Like it's so energetically, it shifts everything when you go through your closet, when you donate and you just You're giving it to someone else. There's something so pure about the whole thing, right? So I know a lot of us are already feeling this, whether you follow astrology or not, right? Many of us are feeling this. We're getting ready for the sweater weather. We're like, okay, we need more sweaters. We should give away the sweaters we don't wear anymore. So there's that element to a high vibe in Virgo, cleaning house, literally cleaning house, your actual house, your actual closet, going through the cupboards. I literally need to do that badly. But also cleaning house energetically. Like, what is the energy you've been holding in? Like maybe even since Aries season that needs to go. You need to have an energetic release. So just to embrace it on the day, Sunday, September 22nd, that's a highly energetic day and it's a Sunday, we can have a Sunday service and we can take that day to energetically cleanse. Do what you need to do. Go for a walk in nature. Do the meditation. I just did shamanic breath work with Joanna the healer, and you're going to see her on my channel coming up soon. That was so clearing, so energetically. It shifted so much. If you get an opportunity to do shamanic breath work, oh my gosh, please go and do that. But it's that kind of energy that's going to happen on the day, on Sunday, the 22nd, excuse me, that we can all embrace that Virgo. I'm talking Virgo because this is what Nicola Stelvenovich says is the 0-degree mark. It is that Virgo energy of cleaning house, metaphorically, physically. Let's all do that. Let's all clean house so that we can embrace all the goodness from Libra energy. Libra is balanced. Libra loves peace. Libra loves justice. Libra is beautiful. It's ruled by Venus. So all things beautiful, like beautiful aesthetics, as well as beautiful, peaceful environments. Isn't that what it's all about? Isn't that beautiful? So in order for us to get to that balance of Libra energy for the next, until it moves out of Libra, in order for us to get to that beautiful place, we have to clean house a little bit, metaphorically and literally. Let's clean house. Let's use that 0-degree Virgo energy that Nicola Stelvenovich teaches us all about in his degrees theory work, which rest in peace, Nicola. Thank you so much for all that you did for the astrology community. I love what you say about the 0-degree mark. And when I see it in a person's chart, I know they have such an opportunity. So just look at your chart. If you have 0 degrees, even once, let alone several times in your chart, you have that angel energy. You have that pure energy to bring to the world. And we all have it. We all have 0-degree marks in our chart throughout all of the 12 zodiac signs, but let's all embrace it on this day. We have the day. We know when it's happening on Sunday, September the 22nd. Let's all embrace that 0-degree Libra energy, which is a Virgo energetic. Let's all embrace that angel energy. Let's clear house so that we can get balanced for Libra energy. Okay, the third energetic shift at this fall equinox is the very fact that the fall equinox is the perfect cosmic sandwich between the two eclipses. So the lunar eclipse that just happened, the full moon that just happened was the lunar eclipse. Then you've got the fall equinox. Then you've got the new moon, which is the solar eclipse. It's sandwiched in between the eclipses. So energy. The energy just doesn't stop. So like there is no lack of cosmic energy. And I know we're all feeling, I get stopped all the time. People that know that I do astrology, I get text messages from friends. It's like, what's going on? There must be something. What is it you said it was? It's like, yeah, we're feeling it. So let's all embrace this crazy energy and let's get like a Libra, okay? Again, it's that beautiful. Libra is ruled by Venus. Venus is beautiful. Venus rules money. Let's clear house. Like I said in the second point with that Virgo energy, let's clear house. Let's clear it all out so that we can open up the doors for new energy to come in, new relationships, like I said in the first point. let's close. New energies bring new relationships, bring new energy. And then when you work on your energy, which is the second point, when you work on your actual energy and you clear space for what needs to go so that new energy can come in, then you can embrace what the cosmos, what the universe is trying to bring into your life. And I always say that about eclipses. And again, I'm bringing this up right now because this fall equinox falls in between the two eclipses. I always say that about eclipses. Eclipses are the great surprise, the great change you didn't even know you needed. So sometimes it is very upsetting what happens at eclipse during eclipse season. Um, for example, you might lose a job, you know, I'm not trying to scare anyone, but like it is there, it's very changing because eclipses put you on a new timeline. That's what eclipses do. You may as well just call them timeline shifters as opposed to eclipses. That's what they do. You maybe have been feeling the energy build and you knew you needed to change the job or you knew you needed to end the relationship. Maybe you knew, maybe you didn't act on what you knew, what your intuition was telling you. Boom, an eclipse sets you on a new timeline. So that's, or you didn't know that you needed to end that thing. You didn't know the job was going to end. And it happened. And oh my gosh, what a shock and surprise. Boom, you're on a new timeline. Either way, you're on a new timeline when it comes to eclipse season. So there's something going on internally that puts you on a new timeline because you've had a big mindset shift. You've changed your mind. You used to be a victim when it came to this particular subject in your life. Now you've changed your mindset. And now you see it as, you know what? It needed to go. It was no longer serving me. I take responsibility for my part in it. I am now closing the door to that. I am thanking that person, that thing, that circumstance. So I am now able to go on to a different timeline. So let's all embrace that energy. Let's all embrace the cosmos giving lots of energy right now. We're all feeling it. I know that you are, especially if you're watching this podcast, if you're listening to these words, they're resonating, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I hope you've enjoyed these three energetic shifts that we can all embrace at the fall equinox. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through a quick all signs forecast for wherever Libra is in your birth chart. And so wherever Libra falls in your birth chart, that's the area of life where you can just put all of those top three energetic shift lessons and put it on steroids, because this is the area of life that is really being encouraged for you to change, to end, because the South Node is still in Libra. Let's not forget, these are the last few lessons that we're experiencing from Libra in South Node that we can finally, once and for all, say, thank you for the lesson. I take radical responsibility for myself here. I am now going to end that. I'm now going to walk away so that I can open the door for something new. And let's take a look through all 12 zodiac signs, the house placement of where Libra is in your birth chart, because that's the area of life that this energy is really being encouraged for you to step into, to tap into. So without further ado, let's start with Libra. Does Libra fall in your first house? You are a Libra rising. Congratulations. So this is hitting you big. I have so many Libra rising friends. So yes, yes, yes. Let me tell you, their lives have changed. And so maybe you're feeling that too. When a sign is in your first house and you've got all of this energy happening and the South Node's been going through your first house, woo, you know, yeah, things have changed over the last 2 years. Usually the South Node is every 18 months. We're just about done the 18-month journey of Libra finishing up in the South Node. So again, this equinox, this fall equinox is all about the lessons from the South Node going through your first house. And so what is that all about? Is it your body? The first house can be your body, your entire body. Maybe you've had an extreme weight loss because you've been listening and you know. So maybe at the beginning of South Node being in Libra, you changed the relationship, you left the friendship, you broke up with the husband, and from that, you got healthier, you know, stuff like that. Stuff like that is when South Node goes through your first house. Or maybe you've been going through a health crisis. Or maybe just your whole life has changed, your whole identity. Maybe you've changed your identity. Like that's the stuff from the first house. And so if Libra falls in your first house, it's been big. So embrace, especially on Sunday, September 22nd, embrace that angel energy, which was the point number 2. Embrace that angel energy, get real, clean house, metaphorically, physically, and use that pure energy of the 0-degree mark on Sunday so that you can really step into the balance of Libra and you can get a little bit more balanced at this time. Does Libra fall into your second house? Okay, this is about your finances. This is a money house for you. And it's also about your worth. So it's the worth, your worthiness in terms of what you got in your bank, as well as your self-worth. This is the worthiness house. And so with South Node going through your second house, if Libra falls in your second house, the South Node has been going through there, and this equinox energy is going to give it a major energetic punch on Sunday, this September the 22nd, to really clean house here. Clean it up. So what needs to get cleaned up in terms of your worthiness, your self-worth? Are you showing up in your worth? Do you know your worth? Have you been delaying that conversation with your boss about the raise that you deserve? Have you been delaying that conversation with your husband because you know you deserve better? You are worthy of better treatment? Stuff like that. That's second house stuff. Let's embrace Libra energy and that 0-degree mark that I was talking about in my second point. Especially on Sunday, September the 22nd, you're going to feel that energetic punch and you're going to know that you can step into your worth during this fall equinox. And let's see what you harvested. Does Libra fall in your third house? Third house, I always say, is the junk drawer in astrology. It's so many things. If we were to say it's one thing, I would say it's your communication, the way you speak, the way you write. Maybe you're writing a book. Maybe you are doing a podcast. Maybe you have a blog. So it's that stuff, but it's also things like cars, bikes, scooters. It's forms of transportation. And it's also your neighbors and your neighborhood. It's also your cousins and your friends that feel like siblings. It's also your friends from elementary school, friends you've had for many, many years. It's also your education earlier in life, or the fact that you're an elementary school teacher. So again, third house is a lot of things. So all those things I just said, and plus you can Google it. What does the third house represent in astrology? You'll see there's like a million things for the third house. That's hence the junk drawer. So this is where Libra falls for you. Okay, so you're going to feel that energetic punch on Sunday the 22nd. And I encourage you to embrace that angel energy, that pure energy, and clean it up. Maybe you need to clean up something in your neighborhood. Maybe you need to clean out your car, and you'll be so surprised at how that energy, just doing that all day project on your car, can completely change your energy altogether. Something like that. Something needs to be cleaned out regarding third house stuff. Maybe you need to have a difficult conversation with a neighbor, right? Maybe you need to end a relationship with a neighbor or someone in your neighborhood because the South Node has been going through Libra, and Libra is your third house, and maybe your whole neighborhood has changed. Maybe you've moved, and maybe you're meeting new neighbors. There's something to tidy up, to clean up, and also look at the harvest. Look at how far you've come in your third house. Does Libra fall in your fourth house? This is an angular house, so you feel things on an angle. The angles are the 1st, 7th, 10th, 4th. So whenever there's something going on in your angular houses, you feel it stronger. So if Libra falls in your 4th, this is all about your family, your mother. This is all about your ancestral wounds, your lineage. This is also all about your house, your home, your property, real estate. So it's all those things. And let's all embrace, if you do have Libra in your 4th, I encourage you to embrace Sunday, September the 22nd, clean out the house. Maybe you literally need to clean your house. Like we're talking the whole house. Use this energy on Sunday, September 22nd to purify, use that angel energy, get more innocent so that you can get balanced with the Libra energy. So if Libra falls in your fifth house, this is the fun house. I love the fifth house. It's the funnest house. It's where the kids are. This is children. This is games. This is creativity. This is art projects. You know, it's really a fun house. It's so creative. And so let's take an honest look because the South Node has been going through your fifth house. So maybe something's been changing with your children. Maybe you need to tidy up maybe you need to tidy up with your kids if Libra's in your fifth and you need to finally have that difficult conversation with your kids, or make it right with your kids. And I'm bringing this up because the South Node has been going through Libra, and there's been difficult lessons for us to all take radical responsibility for ourselves. Stop blaming people. Stop blaming your kids. Stop blaming the fun people and, oh, they're just, all they care about is having fun. Maybe you're stuck in a story of people that are joyful. Maybe you hate being around people that are happy. Maybe you need to tidy that up. So there is an energy there for all of you with Libra going through the fifth to have more fun so that you can get more balanced and truly embrace. Clean up the house, especially on Sunday, this September the 22nd. There's going to be an energetic punch for you to do this. And so then you can really embrace the beauty of the Libra energy, which is all about the balances, the scales, staying balanced, which is so beautiful, peaceful, justice, and ruled by Venus, everything beautiful. Does Libra fall in your sixth house? That's all about your health. Okay, so you've been having some lessons about your health. Well, South Node has been going through your sixth house because that's where Libra's at, and that's where the South Node has been. So maybe you've had to really tidy up a lot of relationships that have been draining. They're emotional vampires, if you will. And you've noticed that they actually affect your physical health. Or maybe these emotional vampires are at your place of work because the sixth house is also a work house. It's what you do daily. It's the work you put in daily. What do you do daily on your own? So on your own accord, do you go to the gym? Do you go for a walk? Do you do the celery juice every day? What do you do on your own accord every single day? But also, what do you do for work every day? And how has cleaning that up, how has taking responsibility for your part in the everyday changed your life over the last 18 months? Because the South Node has been going through that area of your life, really, really encouraging you to tidy it up, take responsibility for yourself, stop with the victim story, stop with the blame game. So maybe there's some tidying up for you to do, and you can really feel this new energetic punch from Libra being 0 degrees on Sunday, September 22nd. So I encourage you to clean house when it comes to your health. Maybe start a new health routine. Finally sign up for the gym, finally do the celery juice or whatever it is that works for you. Does Libra rule your seventh house? Well, that's where Libra belongs. So you must be an Aries rising, of course. And so what's been happening for the last 18 months is that the South Node has been going through your relationship house. This is your husband, your wife. This is your bestest friends. These are also your open enemies. This is also your business partners. So everything's been changing when it comes to those things. Maybe you've gotten a divorce. Maybe you've broken up with your best friend. But all of this was meant to have an energetic shift for you. The South Node has been encouraging you to smarten up your energy when it comes to your closest relationships so that you can have energy. So you're not giving your energy away. So you're not becoming codependent, so that you don't have attachments to people. So yeah, the South Node has been going through your seventh, and it's been big lessons when it comes to relationships. So you've been feeling it, and there might be some last little things, last little wobbles for you to tidy up when it comes to your relationships, your closest relationships. How do you handle the conflict with the people considered, your open enemies? How do you handle those hard relationships with your best friends or your partners? All that stuff has been giving you the big lessons so that you can have an energetic release, and it can open doors for proper relationships to come back in, more evolved relationships to come in that will be serving you. Does Libra rule your 8th house? Well, this is the transformation house. So, have you had some serious transformations over the last 18 months with the South Node going through Libra? Because it's going through your 8th house. So, you're going to feel an energetic punch on Sunday, the 22nd of September, with the fall equinox. Look at your harvest. What have you transformed? Because you've been transforming for almost 2 years here. You've had lots of transformations. Maybe you yourself have completely transformed and you are no longer that caterpillar. You are actually the butterfly now. That is the energy of the 8th house we were talking about in the last video as well. So maybe there are still some more conversations to have. Maybe there is some responsibility for you to take. Maybe there are still some victim stories that you are holding on to that need to go. But you're going to feel that energetic punch on Sunday, September 22nd, for you to really clean house, physically, metaphorically, clean house, do the meditations, do the journal work, embrace the transformations, because it's been meaning to happen to you since it's been going through your transformation house. So good luck with that. Does Libra rule your 9th house? The 9th house is your spiritual faith beliefs. So whether it's religion, whether it's spirituality, the South Node has been going through this house for you. So you've probably been losing your religion, so to speak. You've been questioning your faith. You've started a new faith system. Perhaps you've had a huge mindset shift that has opened your heart, opened your mind to new spiritual down. Maybe you've had huge spiritual downloads and everything's changed. Maybe you had a Kundalini awakening. Maybe you did. The South Node has been going through your 9th. And maybe there's still some things, some wobbles there that you need to have conversations about. It's also regarding the 9th house is also about foreign countries, foreigners. So maybe you need to have a conversation that you didn't want to have with a foreigner in your life, or you need to go away. There's a big trip happening and it's going to happen in the next few months while the South Node is still in Libra. But you're going to feel an energetic punch on Sunday, September the 22nd. And I encourage you to clean house, because it's that Virgo 0-degree angel purity energy that you're going to feel on Libra. Libra is all about equality in relationships. And maybe you've had some major spiritual downloads about relationships, about spiritual relationships. And maybe that's what's wanting to come into your life with the South Node going through your house of spiritual beliefs. So that's something to think about, and the energy, and look at the harvest that you have or don't have once the fall equinox hits, because that is the harvest season. Okay, does Libra rule your 10th house? That's way at the top of the chart. That is the tip of the chart. And that's your career, that's your title, that's your public reputation. And so Libra the South Node has been going through your career house. So maybe relationships at your work have totally changed. And because of relationships changing, you've had an energetic release. Your energy has become more balanced, because Libra is all about the balances. Or maybe not. And maybe you've got a few more months to tidy that up. Maybe the people at your work are killing you. Maybe they're a bunch of emotional vampires. And maybe it's time to get real about it. Maybe you need to up level. That is the up leveling house. That is the Capricorn house. That is the goat going up the mountain. You know, it's literally climbing the mountain in life. It's like pushing mountains to make it happen. Capricorn always makes it happen. That's the 10th house. So, you know, with this energetic, you're going to feel an energetic hit on Sunday, September the 22nd, with the sun moving into Libra at 0 degrees. And that 0-degree mark is that purity mark. So I encourage you to get pure with your career intentions, get pure with the people at your work. Perhaps they're draining you. Maybe you need to finally step up, talk to your boss, talk to those employees, talk to those colleagues. Maybe it's something about that, but it's also stepping up into that glow up energy. And maybe you need to have some conversations that are really difficult, but you got to do it. And if not, then look at your harvest. What have you harvested in your 10th house? Maybe your career has completely shifted for the better. And at the time of this fall equinox, it's time for you to feel that energetic hit, just to even clear out even more energy. Does Libra rule your 11th? Your 11th house, that is your friendships, that is your groups online, as well as out there in the world. The 11th house is also the greatest good for all. It is the great humanitarian. It is the future. It is electronics. It is social media. It is in the influencer house. So maybe with South Node going through that house for you, maybe your friendships have totally changed. Maybe you've had to leave a whole bunch of friendships to open up doors and go through the energy of that. If you have lost, like say you hung out with a big group of friends and they're all gone, well, that takes a lot of energy to experience the loss of all of them and then to just clear the body of that energy. I really encourage you to embrace the fall equinox on Sunday, this September 22nd, to get rid of all those wobbles. If that's your story, if Libra's in your 11th, maybe even do this, like get the energy out, because the attachments to those friendships, to those groups, maybe you had to leave a large group, maybe you completely moved and you've lost all your friends. It takes a lot of energy to go through that. So I encourage you to get real, take responsibility, blame no one, get the energy out. And that you're going to feel the hit on Sunday, September 22nd, to get real about that. And if it isn't about friends and friendships, it's about the future. And maybe you ruminate up here in the monkey mind about what the future holds. So get rid of that energy. See if you can imagine it and even go like this and do some tapping to get the thoughts out. Because if you're constantly thinking about the future and I'll only be happy in the future, then that's got to go. You need more balance. The Libra season brings balance and you need more balance. You need more now. Sure, dreaming about the future is fantastic, but you also need to live in the now and be grateful for now. And last but not least, does Libra rule your 12th house? 1 and 2, 1 and 2, the 12th house. Well, it is a very spiritual house, the 12th house. So spiritual downloads may or may not be happening, or maybe they've been happening for the last 18-ish months. Maybe it's all about your spiritual beliefs and just coming into your truth and remembering who the F you are. Maybe that's been happening for you with the South Node going through your 12th, but maybe, and just maybe, it's a lot about letting go and letting go of everything and everyone that you've been attached to, that you've had codependency with, that is no longer serving you, and letting go of victim stories and letting go of it all so that you can step in to a completely whole new world. That's 12th house energy. So if Libra's been in your 12th, you've probably been feeling that. Yes, that's me. So you've probably been feeling that, and it's been difficult, but it's all about getting energetically ready for who you truly are, remembering who you truly are so that you can embrace all that beautiful Libra energy. Libra is all about balance, justice, fairness. It's ruled by Venus. Venus is beautiful aesthetically, but Venus also rules money. And that'll clear out money blocks. If you can let stuff go, if you can stop victim stories, that your money blocks will be gone. So let's embrace this energy. And you're going to feel that energetic hit on Sunday, September the 22nd, to really embrace that 0-degree Libra energy, which is the Virgo energy of just cleaning up house physically and metaphorically, so that we can get the balance and we can see the harvest, see what we've manifested, since Aries season for sure, but especially since the South Node's been going through Libra. Okay, so we've just gone through all 12 signs of where Libra falls in your natal birth chart, because that's where the 0-degree mark is hitting. And so on Sunday, September the 22nd, there's going to be an energetic punch for all of us, no matter where Libra falls in your chart. And this is the harvest. This is for all of us to take an honest look at and see what has grown since we planted those seeds, especially back in Aries season. But even as the South Node has been going through Libra, what have we planted? What is our harvest? Because the South Node Libra story is just about finished. And with this fall equinox being sandwiched in between the eclipses, it's quite an energetic time right now. We're all feeling the crazy cosmos right now. I've had so many text messages from people, clients and friends, just going, "What's going on?" So it's this, and we're feeling it. And this is cardinal energy from Libra. This is the eclipses hitting right in between. And it's all about us being real, seeing what we've harvested or not harvested, being real about the South Node lies, the South Node stories that need to end. And those have been in the Libra house placement for all of us. And that's all about relationships, codependency, and attachments. And we've all been feeling that. And that's the South Node lesson going through Libra. So it's quite a lot of energy, quite a lot of lessons that all of us are being encouraged to embrace. So I hope that this has served you. I hope you're all able to embrace this 0 degree Libra energy on Sunday, September the 22nd, so that we can all step into the purity, release the energy that needs to go, end the relationships that once and for all that are draining us. They are no longer serving us. We don't need to tell the big victim story. We don't need to shame and blame the other person, the other people. What we need to do is we need to take radical responsibility for our part in it, understand we're co-creators in this journey called life, and we have different characters popping in our story, and those characters pop out. And that's the way it goes. And that's the harvest so that we can open doors for new people. And that is the beauty and the balance of the Libra story. Libra is the balance, it is the scales of justice, it is fair. And Libra is beautiful because Libra is ruled by Venus. So not only aesthetically beautiful, but this is all about money blocks because Venus rules money. And so this is our money story too, for us to get real and to release the energy and to release money blocks. We need to get real here. And there's such an opportunity at the time of this fall equinox, again, sandwiched in between the eclipses, for us to embrace these huge 3 energetic shifts that I went through. Also go through the all sign forecast wherever Libra falls in your birth chart. And then you can really extract and you can decode what is your Libra story? What is your eclipse story? What is your South Node story of Libra? So share with me in the comments how this talk and how this Libra energy and the 0 degree mark, share all the things. I'd love to hear how you're feeling this energy, and just if you need to if you need to debrief about this energy, share that too. So I'm wishing you all the best, and I'll see you in the next podcast. Take care.